Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. Dun, dun. It's a raccoon with a talk show slinging culture facts you might not know. From the biggest flops to the greatest hits, this is Trash Can Tidbits.
Good morrow, friends. Welcome back to Trash Can Tidbits number 54. Last week, I asked the question, which actor, played by Michael Weatherly in The Mystery of Natalie Wood, later played his father on NCIS? The answer is Robert Wagner. Most famous these days for his role as Number 2 in the Austin Powers movies, Wagner played Anthony DiNozzo Sr. on NCIS. He was married to Natalie Wood from 1972 until her death in 1981. The circumstances surrounding Wood's drowning remain a mystery to this day, and Wagner, though he has had a successful career in both television and film, remains a person of interest surrounding her death. Now, today on Trash Can Tidbits, seeing that last week was the 80th anniversary of Bugs Bunny, I'm going to dedicate this week's list to everyone's favorite Wascoway Wabbit. Ever since he made his debut on July 27, 1940, in the cartoon A Wild Hare, the world has fallen in love with Bugs. So, let's get started with fact number 1. Did you know that although A Wild Hare is considered to be Bugs Bunny's official debut, he actually didn't have a name during that time? There were prototypes of a screwball rabbit in several cartoons before with several voices. In the cartoon Elmer's Candid Camera, which predated A Wild Hare, the look was there, but he didn't have the right voice. Mel Blanc's original voice for the character didn't even have his distinctive New York accent, instead using a voice that was deeper and actually sounded like he was talking through his buck teeth. Bugs wouldn't get his official name until 1941's Elmer's Pet Rabbit. Fact 2. Did you know that Bugs is the first cartoon character to appear on a postage stamp? The stamp was released in 1997 and actually beat out Mickey Mouse for the honor. There's actually a new set of stamps released now for his 80th anniversary, and they're all scenes from some of his best cartoons, from What's Opera Doc to Super Rabbit. I actually ordered a book myself, and I so can't wait to get them. Fact 3. Did you know that Mel Blanc, Bugs' longtime voice actor, was in a near-fatal car accident in 1961? According to accounts, he was in a coma for a few weeks, and his doctors would try to wake him up by asking how he was every day to no response. One day, a doctor asked, "How are you today, Bugs Bunny?" Blank opened his eyes and replied, "Just fine, Doc. How are you?" I swear, if they make a movie based on Blank's life, I would hope they recreate that moment. Fact 4. Did you know that some characteristics and trademarks of Bugs Bunny were lifted from a famous Hollywood actor? In 1934, the Frank Capra movie It Happened One Night was released, starring Clark Gable and Claudette Colbert. There is a famous scene where Gable's character is leaning against a fence and casually eating a carrot, so that's where you get the carrot munching. And contrary to popular belief, Mel Blanc was not allergic to carrots. He just didn't care for their taste, and he would always request a bucket to spit them out after each take. Fact 5. Did you know that although Bugs' trademark line, "What's up, Doc?" has become iconic and has used variations of it, including, "What's cooking, Doc?" or "What's up, dogs?" He has actually used an entirely different greeting altogether in just one cartoon. In the 1943 cartoon Falling Hare, which sees Bugs facing off against a gremlin taking apart soldiers' airplanes, he says, "What's all the hubbub, bub?" Fact hold on a second. Hello?
Excuse me, my math friend. Why must you dedicate an entire episode to that talentless hack rabbit?
Daffy? How did you get my phone number?
That is not the issue, mon frere. What is the issue is that I don't recall getting a list of my own 3 years ago when I had my 80th anniversary.
But Daffy, this show wasn't around 3 years ago.
Don't argue with me, you despicable ringtail.
Okay, look. How about for your birthday next year, I do a whole list about you? Does that sound fair?
Well, you drive a hard bargain there, Mr. Tun. Make sure you get some excellent facts about me. And I will be calling you every few months to remind you. Verbal contracts are binding, you know. And I will be sending this message to my attorneys, by the way. Toodles.
Oh, what just happened? Right, where was I? Yes. Fact number 6. Did you know that Jeff Bergman, the second actor to voice Bugs Bunny after Mel Blanc's death, got the job in a very interesting way? He apparently took a tape of himself doing some of Mel's characters to Warner Brothers and rigged the tape player to switch back and forth between his line readings and Mel's line readings. The producers couldn't tell the difference and he got the job on the spot. Bergman played Bugs in a few cartoons in the 90s, including Box Office Bunny, Invasion of the Bunny Snatchers, Tiny Toons, and others. He returned over 20 years later to play both Bugs and Daffy Duck in the Looney Tunes show. Fact 7. Did you know that a Bugs Bunny cartoon and a Tom and Jerry cartoon that came out the same year literally have the same plot? In 1946, both Rhapsody Rabbit, starring Bugs, and The Cat Concerto, starring Tom and Jerry, have each respective protagonists playing a classical musical piece in concert. In this case, Franz Liszt's Hungarian Rhapsody No. 2. And in each cartoon, both Bugs and Tom are trying to play the piano while also fending off a disruptive mouse, Jerry in Tom's case. Both Warner Brothers and MGM, who made the Tom and Jerry cartoons at the time, have accused each other of plagiarism, but they both remain fan favorites to this day. The Cat Concerto would later go on to win an Oscar. Fact 8. Did you know that the idea for Space Jam came about from a series of animated commercials which starred Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan? In the early 90s, in an effort to boost Bugs' popularity with hipper kids, Nike teamed the unlikely duo up in a series of basketball matches against Marvin the Martian and his entourage. The success of the Hair Jordan ads convinced the Nike president and producer Ivan Reitman that a full-length movie starring Bugs and MJ would work. Coincidentally, the TV ads were directed by Joe Pytka, who would also go on to direct Space Jam. Fact 9. Did you know that What's Opera Doc is the first cartoon selected for preservation in the Library of Congress? It was inducted in 1992 and to this day still manages to crack many animation historians' top 10 lists of the greatest cartoons of all time. It's definitely Chuck Jones's magnum opus, and also one of my personal favorite cartoons of all time too. To my knowledge, 2 other Looney Tunes cartoons have been included into the National Film Registry, Duck Amuck and One Froggy Evening. Fact 10. Did you know that one of Bugs' nicknames for Elmer Fudd, Nimrod, has its origins in biblical writings? In the Bible, Nimrod was a mighty hunter, the son of Cush, and the great-grandson of Noah. While in ancient writings Nimrod was known for his rebellion against God and was mighty in the earth, Bugs Bunny's usage of the name for Elmer Fudd is derogatory and is interpreted these days as meaning idiot, which is what Elmer Fudd pretty much is. Leave it to classic cartoon characters to give new meanings to terms that have interesting origins. And here's this week's trivia question. I'm sure you classic cartoon buffs out there will get this one. Bugs Bunny's name was taken from the nickname of a Warner Brothers animator who initially helped develop him into the character we know and love today. So my question to you is, which Warner Brothers animator gets credit for inadvertently lending his nickname to Bugs Bunny? And that's all for this week, folks. I hope you enjoyed this list and happy 80th birthday, Bugs. May you continue to entertain and make us laugh for many generations to come. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring the bell for future video notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.